Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. I want to show you what we did and what you'll probably watch in just a second. We're putting together a grill. This is a Walmart brand, Expert Grill brand, 24-inch charcoal grill smoker. It uses briquettes, lump charcoal, and wood. You can also use pellets. There's a way to do that, but I bought it for the purpose of cooking potentially with wood if we had to, and because I'm beginning to like charcoal. Now, one thing I will tell you, you can't use these things in the house. You heard about some of that stuff happening in Tennessee during Snowmageddon, in Texas rather. You can't use these in a house. Can't use these in your garage with the door open. You can't. You just can't use them inside a house. These throw off a lot of carbon monoxide, and it'll kill you. But easy peasy, no big problems. I'm pleasantly surprised the fact that although this is a Walmart brand, it's not as thick of a metal as I would have liked, but it has a very good finish. And finish, I mean the manufacturing finish, as well as the edges are smoothed and nothing terribly sharp that can cut, hurt. So it just tells me that whatever country of origin this is from, we probably all know, this one is fairly well made, although thin steel, I will say that. And it went together really, really well. I hope you guys hang around and watch. Okay guys, what we are doing now is we're making the firebox itself, and it's pretty easy for everything to go together. A lot of this stuff is pre-assembled, and it came with the screws. So then you just tighten everything up. Then you go to the other side. Let me get the other side in before I actually start snugging. Guys. Up. When you're looking at these and you consider buying one, whether it's from Walmart or any kind of big box store, you really want to look at the box itself and make sure that there's no damage on it and it does not have any kind of crush to the corners, because odds are you'll have a damaged piece of product. More to come. Okay guys, now we're back. I moved it over here onto the table to make it a little bit easier for us to work with and do the video. We're going to put the legs on. This is the left side. It has the little feet. It does not have the wheels. You see, there's a tab right there and a notch right there, and it will fit on. There we go. Easy to do. And again, there's the little notch, there's the tab. There we go. Left side is done, and you can see it's starting to come together. Alright guys, we're putting the left front leg on. We're getting ready to. You're going to be using 8 of the B M6 by 35. They're Phillips heads, and it's pretty self-explanatory. These are threaded, you can see. We're going to put it up there, and then we are going to bolt it to it. That's the front, that's the rear, and we'll flip over and do the right side, and that's going to be the side with the wheels. There we go. This is the left rear. And you can see, I went ahead and swapped over just to a regular number 2 Phillips head because I was having a little bit of a tight fit with the side of that drill. Couldn't quite get into where it was, and I was stripping out the screw. So I decided no sense in really marring the screw. There we go. Again, so far this has been painless to put together. And as far as a ease of build or installation, thumb up. More to come. Alright, the bottom grate goes on next, and that's just for storage and stuff like that. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. 4 small screws, Phillips heads. Put 2 in on one side loosely, and then put the others in and snug everything up all the way around. That went together, no problems at all. Alright guys, we are putting the wheels on next. Little plastic wheels. Surprised they don't have a washer, but did not come with it. It's no biggie. Slide the axle through the bottom. It already has the nut on one side. And then we're going to grab the wrench and tighten this up. There's a million ways to tighten this thing up. I'm just using what's handy and doesn't get me hurt. Got a nylon lock washer or lock nut on the end of it. And there we go. That is on. Now we can actually stand it up and work on the inside of the smoke box. Okay guys, just take a look at this. This is the adjustment arm that raises and lowers the tray. To install this, take that little screw out. Don't lose it. And we're going to take this arm all the way out, unscrew it. This we'll put right there. It's going to go in like that. There's 2 screws on the back. We'll put those on real quick. And then we're going to put this one back in. There. More to come. There. You can see the finished 2 screws went right there. And this is going to hit that paddle that will raise and lower the tray. There we go. This right here is the other part of the bracket that's going to hold this adjusting tray. And again, put it in. Use the Phillips head bolts. Now, on to the next step. Okay guys, now we're back. I'm going to put the handle to the cart on. I'll show you. These guys right here, long screw, and this piece of stainless just to give it a finished look. Let's see. There we go. Other piece goes on. There we go. One of the nice things about it is the fact that there's not a lot of sharp edges on it. So it seems like it was actually put together and packaged up in a pretty decent fashion. I'm pleasantly surprised. More to come. Alright guys, now comes the fun part. This is the assembly that holds the burning tray where the charcoal is going to sit. Put it down inside this front assembly that we've been putting together, and then we line it up with holes on that side. Need to make sure the paddle is on this side that actuates that. I can actually hold it in place like that. And it's going to slide in place just like that. There we go. More to come. Alright, next we're going to be putting on the dampers. There's 4 of these guys, and this is what adjusts and controls the airflow. And will control the heat and the smoke. There's 2 on the bottom, and then there's 2 on the top. I'll just show you one, because if you can put on one, you can put on all 4. Again, we're using the Phillips head, number 2. Tighten it up good. It does have a lock washer on it. There we go. Moving right along. Alright guys, going on to the next part. This is the charcoal pan, firebox, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to line it up on our 2 adjusting hinges. And it looks like it might sit there. Now, we're going to get the screws. Go ahead and screw them on. I'll do one side. You can see how to do the other one. Alright. I've already got one side on. I don't have it tightened up completely because I might have to do a little bit of adjusting. So like I thought, I have to. There we go. There we are. Now, I'll tighten them up. On to the next step. I will show you one thing that does concern me. I question how long this hinge assembly is actually really going to last, because it could be put together a little bit better, or made with a little bit more substantial metal. It's the only complaint I have so far, but I can probably do a little bit of tacking on that. But again, under $100. More to come. Okay, now we're back. This is the hinge, and I have to say I like the hinge, and it even has on these handles, it has the Cool Touch decorative handle. It's easy to put on. Comes assembled like this. Take off that nylon locking nut and take off that lock washer, slide it out, your hinge, and then tighten it all and bolt it back up. So, and it actually closes pretty good. Can't beat it. More to come. Okay guys, this is the hinge assembly. There's an upper and a lower. We're putting the lower on first. They're pretty well marked, lower, and they're actually wider. Gonna go like this. Now, earlier in the video, I told you to use the longer screws on the frame, and I was wrong. They actually go here. Would not be a problem, but these are all metric, I'm willing to bet, and I have no metrics. So, and my hardware store is closed for the day, so no big deal. I put the correct bolts in. Might have to loosen them to adjust. And now we're going to put the top hinges on the back of the hood, rather, and we're going to let them meet and then put the hinge pin in. More to come. There we go. You can see the top pin and the bottom pin. They just fit in like that. The top pin, or the top hinge lid, is narrower, and so it sits inside. There we go. Now, I'll do the other side, and I'll snug them all up. And we are getting close to being finished, because I still have to season this thing. Let it cook for a couple of hours. More to come. Okay guys, the hinge handle goes on the exact way that the side handle goes on. 2 Phillips heads. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. One there, one there. And that is pretty straightforward. is starting to come together and look like a grill. This is the ash bin or ash tray. Ash tray. It has a handle. Handle goes on exactly the same as the smoker top and the side cart handle. So 2 Phillips heads, line it up, screw it in, closes pretty good. There we go. Still have to, I'll have to work on that. But we are getting close to the finish line. It comes with a side board. I'll go ahead and get that thing put on, and we will be done except for the grill and the grates on the inside. More to come. Alright, in the home stretch. These are called shoulder screws because they have a small shoulder. I didn't pick that name out for them. I guess it would work. And you see, they ride and allow it to pivot or hinge. I've already got the top 2 in. We're going to set this tray on, and then we're going to tighten it up bottom